It was through my spiritual journey that I came to so many understandings, and I started really down my spiritual path. And I encourage everyone to activate that in themselves and to really ask yourself, like, am I happy? Do I feel fulfilled? Am I living in my purpose? And what is my purpose? And how do I get to my purpose? You know, you can ask God that. You can ask the universe that. You can ask your higher power or your inner being, whoever you refer to. You can ask them for guidance, and they will guide you. Like, it's what it is. They'll guide you. And I did. I asked, I begged, I pleaded. And I'm here talking to y'all now. So apparently it's working, because I would not have done this no other way. So I think that that's very important. You know, it's all these things in life that we can have as accomplishments. And, you know, when you accomplish them, you don't feel good. Like, you think you want to have this career, or you think you want to have this relationship, or you think you want to live in this house, or drive this car, or make this certain amount of money, or have these certain type of clothes, or bags, or Birkins, or red bottoms, or whatever it is that you think once you have it, you'll feel good and you'll be happy. And then if you finally do get these things, you don't feel the fulfillment. So I think that is a big wake-up call for a lot of people. They have accomplished a lot of things in their life, and they're like, why am I happy? So that's a journey that you have to, like, go down on your own. And it's something else. Shadow work, light work, all of that is something else. And it teaches you so much about yourself. So much. It teaches you so much about yourself. Like, for me to find God is to know yourself. And when you start looking inward and trying to figure out, why do you do the things you do, or why do you have this paralyzing anxiety? Or it may not be paralyzing. You may have social anxiety. You may be able to go out and pretend that everything's okay, but inside you're dying. Or you have outgrown your group of friends. You've outgrown your family. You've outgrown the things that used to make you feel good. That all goes hand in hand. That's your inner being saying we're not aligned. What you really want to be doing, how you really want to live your life, what your real purpose is over here, and you over here to the left, or you over here to the right. You know, and that doesn't align with what you came here for, what your purpose is here. So, you know, if that resonates with you, then maybe this message is for you, you know, and maybe it is time for you to go within and look within and try to figure out, why am I not happy? Like, I thought I wanted this, and I have this, and it doesn't make me happy. I thought I wanted that, and I have that, it don't make me happy. I got the man, I got the woman, I got the car, I got the house, I got the shoes, I got the clothes, and I'm not happy. I'm unfulfilled. Or even if you don't have that and you want to feel better, it's ways to do that. Like, I would wake up every morning feeling like, God, please just let me go back to sleep. I don't have it in me to do this. Because when I woke up, it was a whole journey. Like his morning, you know what I mean? Like, his morning was something. We went to therapy all day, every day. And I didn't have a wheelchair vehicle. Like, I didn't have a wheelchair van. I didn't have reliable transportation to get around with my son. I didn't. Like, wheelchair vans are very expensive, for one. And I was not even working. I was broke. I was strapped. Okay? Like, I went from having a nice career and working as an RN. Like, you know, I had several jobs too. I had a main job, and I had a couple jobs on the side that I used that money, like, for extra stuff, just whatever I wanted, because that is a good career that's in high demand. And it taught me a lot. And it really spoke to the nurturer in me. And it prepared me. It prepared me for what was ahead. I had no idea. I didn't even have a child when I became a nurse. Like, I became a nurse at 25. I had my son at 27. And I didn't know that in 10 years I wouldn't even be working. I would be full-time being his nurse, you know. I didn't know that. So, you know, it did prepare me for life too, and for taking care of my baby. But I went from working and doing all that with that income to not working at all. Like, having a GoFundMe, okay? A GoFundMe, I had to do that. There were certain programs that helped provide for us during that time. And I'm very grateful to all those programs and foundations, parents of children who passed that had foundations and wishes and things like that. My son got a lot of wishes. He had one that was coming right before he passed. It was to do his room, but I just did it on my own because I wanted him to be surrounded in a space that was good for him. So I turned his room into an anime room because he loved anime. But waking up every morning knowing that my son is in the other room dying. He has a ticking time bomb in his head. And I don't know when the day is. Like, what the day gonna be? Like, is he gonna choke? Is he gonna... Because he was on a ventilator. He had a trach in his throat, okay? And it was connected to a breathing machine. Like, that's so high risk. My son was like a ICU kid, you know? And some days I was just depleted. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna act like I woke up every day like, yay, let's take this on. No. I woke up like, oh my God, please, 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 please. Just, I don't know. We need help. We need, you know, I needed so much support. And I needed tons of support. Like, but I'm not gonna, like, I'm not that person that's gonna like just fall down and not do what I have to do because I don't have everything perfectly aligned to do it. Like, I'm gonna do what I gotta do with what I got, and we gonna get it done. And it may not be perfect, but it's done, and we're there, we're here, let's move on. And whatever I didn't learn along the way, or whatever I didn't have along the way, I'll look for that to learn that. But I just don't stop, and I just don't give up. But losing my son, you know, I'm like, I like to run. Losing my son was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was on pause for a minute. And it's still a struggle every day. It's a struggle every day. Every day is a struggle. But I put certain things into play, like my meditation, my tapping, my journaling. I journal, I vlog, I pray, I connect with my son. I do ecstatic dance, I do breath work, I do all type of things that make me release that trauma too from my body, because being on high alert all the time, it makes you in a fight or flight. You know, your nervous system is fight or flight. You're in a fight stance all the time. You're in a fight mode. You know what I'm saying? And that's what was going on with me. I'm still kind of like that. Like, I'm trying to release it, and I'm finding different ways to release it. Like with my yoga, with my breath work, my breathing with my yoga is so important. Oh my God. It's like, if I'm not doing it that way, then I can't do it. Like, I have to really release. Everything has meaning for me. And I'm a student of life. So I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly looking for knowledge. Look at this. All this is, you know, been read. I listen to these on Audible. My other books are behind my camera, and if I move them, it's gonna fall. So I'm not gonna do that. But I'm a student of life. I want to learn. I want to be my best self. And I think that's all of our goals. So, like, for me to even get geared up to start my day, I had to start with gratitude. I had to literally, I am so happy and grateful now that. I am so happy and grateful now that, you know. And I would have people call me, like friends of mine, and they would be like, well, I know what I'm going through is nothing compared to you, but blah, 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 right? And, you know, I would give them encouragement as much as I could, you know, but at a point I couldn't really receive any negativity, and I had to, like, kind of pull away from everything and kind of like hone in on what's best for me and get myself aligned, because I can't give, my cup can't run over if my cup is empty. Like, I can't run over and spill over and give if I'm not filling my vessel, if I'm not filling myself with what I need to survive, what I need to elevate, you know, not just survive. Like, I went from survival to success, you know, and survival mode, it comes in handy. It definitely does. But to live your life in survival mode is exhausting. It exhausts your nervous system. It exhausts your circulatory system. It exhausts your heart. You know, your blood pressure's up. You're constricted. You're constantly going on 100, and you gotta come down a little bit. You gotta come down. You gotta have balance. And my way of finding balance was starting with gratitude and learning to be grateful for even the smallest things. Like, and sometimes it's like hard, right? It's like, I'm not grateful. I don't want to be living this life right now. I'm not grateful for it. I mean, or you have a lot of things to be grateful for, but they don't bring you joy. But you have to really appreciate what you have. And it sounds like, why? I'm already saying that this don't make me happy, right? But I start listening to Abraham Hicks, Joe Dispenza, Lord, Eckhart Tolle, Wayne Dwyer, Deepak Chopra, all these different teachers, The Secret, all these teachers, Bob Proctor, Michael Beckfield, all of Dolores Cannon. She's a good one. You gotta be kind of your third eye kind of gotta be open to get Dolores, but she's amazing. And all these teachers that I listened to, all these teachers that I followed and I studied and I listened to, they brought me so much comfort and so much peace during a storm. Like my son ended up being on hospice his last 3 months, and knowing that it was any day now, I mean, come on. And it gave me a calm in this storm, and it's holding me up still to this point, like for me to be able to move forward with my life and find meaning in my life and find some type of joy in my life and look forward to growing and expanding my life and walking in my purpose more than anything. I have big dreams, and I'm gonna take y'all along so I can find them. And y'all gonna have all these little wins, and if it's some lows, hey, it's gonna be some lows. But I feel like I've been through the toughest thing that I could possibly go through in my life, and I know that there's seasons in life. You have summers, you have winter, you have fall, you have spring, but I'm in a winter right now. I'm coming out of a winter, and it's winter too, but after winter there's spring, right? And that's when you plant your seeds, right? So let's plant together. This journey is just starting, and I'm excited about it, and let's go. Bye, humans.